Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to our webinar today about multi-charts. We're doing with my friend Alex Christop. I just wanted to do a sound check. If you can hear me, if you can just put a yes in the box again, just to make sure. All right. Okay. Okay. Well, those are familiar names. Hey, Ron. Got Shane here. How are you, Shane? Betty. Haven't spoken to you. It's been a long time. Okay. Before we start, legally, I have to um, read this disclosure document just to tell you guys about the risks of futures tradings. I'm sure that some of you have been in the market for a long time, and you know. Some of you, however, are new. So there we go. Okay, so trading futures and options involves a substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. The use of stop loss or contingent orders may not protect profits or limit losses to the amount intended. Certain market conditions may make it difficult or impossible to execute such orders. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Clearly, those are the risks associated with futures trading. There are also risks associated with execution online. There are risks associated with utilizing an internet-based execution, but not limited to the failure of hardware, software, and internet connection. Since Optimus Trading Group does not control signal power, its reception, or routing via internet, configuration of your equipment, or reliability of its connection, we cannot be responsible for communication failure, distortions, or delays when trading via the internet. Optimus Trading Group employs phone support in the event of platform failure. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about a few changes that have occurred recently within Optimus. I think you'll be very happy. So Optimus Futures has become an independent introducing broker. Right now, we're clearing our business through 4 facilities. We've extended it from, we currently include ADM, EDMIS, Wedbush, OpenECRI, and AMP Futures. We have right now we planning to launch our new site in the next few weeks, and we will add numerous platforms that you have not seen before. But one of our efforts this year will be to work tremendously with MultiCharts. And I like MultiCharts very much. MultiCharts is a really good platform built by really good, solid engineers. They really care about features of the platform. They care about making sure that the traders trade on a stable environment and so forth. Alex Christop is one of the biggest fans of MultiCharts, and I've learned a lot from him over the years about this platform and markets and so forth, and I'll get to that in just a minute. There are 2 versions of MultiCharts. One is very similar to the Power Language one. The basis behind it is called Power Language, which is very similar to Easy Language, used by many TradeStation users. Um, However, there's also the .NET version. The .NET version is free of charge to users of Optimus through AMP. So depending on your background and what you want to do and so forth, you can have choices. Even if you have to go with the paid version, Optimus will get you very big discounts if you purchase it through our relationship uh, with MultiCharts. Okay, so I'm gonna just give you a few pages here if you guys didn't try the demo through us. Okay, I'm gonna give you this so you can try it. Clearly, I'm always available. This is my email. I always give it out. I try to respond to every email that comes my way. So you can do that. Okay, now the main event. So my friend Alex is here, and I really appreciate him being here because he came. He's right now located. He's in Europe, so it's very very late for him. But me and Alex have been friends now. I think probably about over 2 to 3 years. We had a lot of discussions about markets. We had a lot of discussions about platforms and so forth. Just to let you know, Alex is also a professor, um, and so he has extensive knowledge, and his approach is very, very analytical. I want you to really today, I try my best. You know, there are no guarantees in trading. You guys know that. However, I really think that if you have a really good basis in trading and you make good decisions, it could potentially reflect also in your trading. So I would suggest to grab a pen and paper, and while Alex is talking, to take notes. Some of you are very experienced. Some of you are new. Nevertheless, I think that what Alex will teach today will be very, very valuable to you. And the reason that I like Alex's approach is because he doesn't leave anything for randomness. So you will learn today, basically discussions about how backtesting a system, looking at its validity, looking at the functionalities of multi-charts and so forth. And at the end of the webinar, Alex also going to present his product and what he does for traders. So Alex, thank you very, very much for coming here. I will make myself silent right now, and I'll give you the stage. And again, thank you for the effort.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alex Christop, and I'm the founder of HSense Solutions, a company that focuses on providing trading technology, market research, and education for traders. And of course, it's my pleasure to present you today MultiCharts because it's one of my favorite platforms, both for strategy development and for actual live and fully automated trading. Fully automated trading is something that I am in for already over 5 years. So this is exactly what I'm doing, using exactly this platform. I will try to be as, let's say, simple as possible today because Matt told me that the level of the attendees can be very, very different. Nevertheless, I will try to focus on the most important things, not only associated with MultiCharts as a trading platform, but also with some general things related to development of trading strategies, validation of trading strategies, and successful live automated trading. So, first of all, I'd like to note that I'm not personally affiliated with MultiCharts. Everything that I'm going to tell you is based only on many years of my experience working with this platform. Fortunately, this experience was mostly positive, and this is exactly why I'm so happy to present this decent platform to you today. However, as any software in the market, this platform also has some caveats, most of which you can discover only when trading live. And sometimes these discoveries may cost very dear. That's why I'm trying to put all my efforts to explain how to avoid many of pitfalls down the road of systematic or automated trading. So let's start first with a quick overview of MultiCharts features, something that makes this platform so attractive for both beginner and advanced traders. Here's the same disclaimer, and we will start, of course, with just visual trading. And visual trading is something that makes MultiCharts really different from most platforms that allow manual trading, because with most platforms, you just send in the order, you can see this order in the list of orders, but basically you don't have either any possibility to monitor your orders and positions right on the chart. Or even in case you have such an ability, it's extremely difficult to simultaneously monitor the market and place orders. So now let's try to see how it is implemented in MultiCharts. So I decided to show you the actual running trading server. So this is the server where the actual live automated trading is being performed. This is a copy of MultiChart that currently is connected to 3 gateways, 2 brokers, and there are a number of strategies that are running on 3 separate accounts. So this is possible to do with just 1 copy of MultiCharts. And what you can see here is so-called order and positions tracker, the window that tracks the positions and allows you to see all historical and actual orders. We will get back to this order and position tracker a little bit later today. Now I would like to see you the functionality of MultiCharts as a visual trading platform. So this is part of the reality. As you can see, there are several strategies here on screen. They are working on the same single account. And by the way, this is one of the ways how we can achieve diversification. We simply trade a number of strategies and a number of markets or instruments in the same account. Therefore, we are trying to somehow compensate the drawdowns of each other. And we can have a closer look at one of the charts. And we can see that the first thing that we can see here is that all trades that were done by, executed by an automated strategy are clearly marked on screen on the chart, and these connecting lines, green for trades that closed with a profit, red for those that closed with a loss. So it is extremely easy to monitor what actually happens in the market right now. But besides that, in case you would like to trade not automatically but manually, and sometimes even if you run automated trading, you simply have to place manual orders. For example, in case of any trouble, there was a software glitch, there was a power outage, anything, and you need somehow to save your position, protect your position, or quite opposite, to close the position, or anything. And therefore, you need to place a manual order. How to do that? One of the easiest way is to enable chart trading. So as you can see, we have a number of options here. We can send market orders. We can send stop and limit orders. We can cancel orders. We can close the currently open position, or even reverse currently open position. Besides that, we can monitor all the orders and all the open positions also right here on the chart. To do that, we can enable display of these orders and positions. So as we can see, presently we have 3 stop orders and we have 1 open position presently with a very, very small profit. Also, we can see historical trades plotted on the same chart, and you may wonder why these historical trades are not connected with any green or red lines. In fact, it's easy. We trade the same market, in this case it's Australian dollar, using 3 strategies, 3 separate windows. But since we're trading the same market, we're sending orders for the same market, then as soon as we ask MultiCharts to display us historical orders or historical positions, of course, they are displayed not for this particular chart or this particular strategy, but for this particular market or this particular symbol. Some may find it convenient, some may find it inconvenient. Well, this is just a feature. If we are tired of watching a lot of information on the same chart, we can disable all this information here. So this is how it works, how it looks like. In essence, again, I'm covering today only very basics the work with MultiCharts. But nevertheless, I hope that this gives some look and feel of how it may look like the experience of trading, manual trading with MultiCharts. However, in my opinion, even this functionality, although really great, is not what makes MultiCharts so particularly attractive for systematic trading. In my opinion, I think that its trading automation capabilities and its decent backtesting engine are what makes MultiCharts especially interesting for systematic traders. So, why do I believe that backtesting is so important? I guess you all heard a lot of criticism on backtesting. Some people even say that backtesting always delivers wrong results. So why do I still insist on its importance? Without going into sophisticated discussions, let's try to use an analogy, because most of the time it helps understanding even very complex things. So let's imagine that you need to hammer a nail into a wall. If you have never had any practice in it, most likely the result of your enterprise will be like this: a crooked nail in the best case and a damaged finger in the worst. Now, is it the hammer that caused your pain? Are all hammers so harmful? Of course not, as hammers are only tools, and all tools require proper handling. Now, going back to systematic trading, backtesting is also just a tool, and it should be applied properly with understanding of what you do and how. Nevertheless, even if you are not a seasoned professional, some essential backtesting might be very helpful for you. It is quite possible that many of you, the attendees, have your own trading ideas. Even if you don't have your own trading ideas, there are many ideas around, and many of them can be found even on the net. A quick Google search returns a good amount of trading systems. Some of these trading systems are even readily coded, so it seems like a simplest thing. Copy, paste, and run. Surprisingly, some of these systems may indeed work. Worse or better, it's another question, but they may work. Many of them don't work. And it's always a good idea to check whether you indeed may expect something from this strategy, and whether your expectations are realistic. So let's have a look at something different. I tried to select a number of strategies to show you, and let's start with just this one. After we have coded the strategy, we can always look at its historical performance or its backtesting report. As I said, the MultiCharts backtesting capabilities are really very decent. This means that not only it creates some equity curves, it also is able to show us some important statistics in the graphical form, in numeric form, for example, the analysis of trades. It gives us a lot of information about periodicity or seasonality of your trading system, especially, of course, when the amount of historical data is sufficient. So we can look at the monthly analysis. We can look at month by month profit and losses. We can do the annual period analysis and so on. Many things. So even if we are not sure about all these metrics and the meaning of all these parameters, here is just a sample backtesting report of a future strategy. So I think that you like the general look and feel of this performance. At least I do. And of course, a detailed discussion of all performance metrics would have taken not only the whole time of this webinar, but in fact it requires quite some background in both mathematics and trading strategies development. However, at least this performance report makes us believe that there is some possibility that the strategy will continue to perform in the future. No one can guarantee it. Of course, no one can guarantee it, but the probability is at least above average. Another important thing is that with MultiCharts you can always and should always include information about slippage and commissions here. And therefore, your results, the results of the simulation, become much more realistic than in case you just place hypothetical trades with an assumption that you don't pay any trading costs. That is, of course, not correct. So now let's have a look at another example of strategy. For example, this one. So now, do you like what it looks like? Neither do I. Again, without going into complex analysis, we can just estimate the probability that this strategy will bring you money. And of course, no need to be a rocket scientist to suppose that this probability is, let's say, very low. I would even dare say that there is zero probability that such a strategy or so-called strategy will ever bring you any money. Okay, between these obvious representations of historical performance lies a lot of, let's say, intermediary results. And in reality, both such an ugly looking strategy and so good looking strategies as I showed you as a first example are rare. In reality, an average profitable strategy delivers a performance like this. So we can clearly see that this strategy does work, but it performed especially well only during a certain and relatively short period of time. And when we look at a picture like this, we have to make sure that we understand why it used to work in this particular period of time. Well, in this case, I do have an explanation. This strategy exploits short-term swings, and of course, during the period of the financial crisis of 2008-2009, volatility increased dramatically in the market, and therefore, of course, no wonder that this strategy generated enormous profits during that time. So this is exactly what we can see here in this period. If we simply exclude it from consideration, well, the strategy will remain profitable, but its performance curve will look much uglier. So remember that when you analyze an equity curve, when you analyze a performance, no single metric alone is able to tell you anything substantial about the probability of this strategy to work in the future. And you always need to understand why certain parts of an equity curve look this way and not another, how they are related to changes in market conditions. So if we go back now to the first one, to the first strategy, the difference is obvious. The difference is indeed obvious, and we can see that this strategy is mostly independent of changes in market volatility, at least throughout the last 15 years. So this means that the strategy does indeed capture certain important market process that does exist in the market in reality, and therefore this knowledge, this understanding is what provides us with certain positive expectations in connection with this strategy. Again, no one can guarantee you anything, but at least in this case, we all have positive expectations. So again, you should look at the overall performance of the trading idea when you decide whether to employ it or to drop it. You should make sure that this idea is indeed capable of generating profits in real life, not just theoretical idealized market where you don't have to pay all the expenses. Remember what I told you about commissions, slippage, and so on. As you can see, MultiCharts helps us making this due diligence in this regard. Okay, now let's look at the automation capabilities of MultiCharts. So let's go back to the presentation. And the main problem of automated trading, in fact, is the connectivity to trading platforms or brokers. It may only sound like creating a decent trading strategy is the most complex thing. In fact, if you tried to create your own trading platform or even your own strategy, but outside of a ready-made platform like MultiCharts, you would understand how hard it is to think about all possible nuances of issues that may arise during live automated trading. So the main problem of automation is how to not only to connect to a trading platform and the execution engine of a broker, or perhaps even to exchange itself in case of direct market access. Better said, it's even more an issue of understanding between the code of an automated strategy and the trading platform. Again, to better understand the problem, let's use an illustration. One of the most typical exit strategy, very well known, is to exit with a trailing stop order. This means that while we are in a long position, for example, the stop level is dragged higher below the current price to protect the position. Most of the time, in order to do this, you need to recalculate this new stop order level on every bar, or even more complex, with every new tick that comes from the data feed. And by the way, this might be a really very, very serious problem, programming problem, because you don't have the slightest idea of how heavy a traffic from an exchange could be, especially if you work with professional platforms like Rhythmic. The amount of data, the throughput of such a platform is enormous, and you need to use very decent software and very decent programming skills if you want to implement the connectivity to your trading platform by yourself. So MultiCharts is able to care about this particular strategy and about many other strategies as well. And this not only simplifies the life of a developer, a trading systems developer a lot, but provides a higher level of confidence, because this is something that a developer should not be concerned of, because these things were already catered for by MultiCharts developers. So let's now have a brief look at the automation settings that are available in MultiCharts. As you can see, there are plenty of settings here, and all these settings control the way the orders are executed. Moreover, not only that, they even provide you certain flexibility with the reaction of what to do in case the order is not executed. Because, you know, if your order is accepted, if your order is executed, there is no problem here. The real problems start when the order was not executed. So what to do in this case? MultiCharts provides you with certain options that are able to modify the model of behavior, the reaction of this trading platform to various issues that may appear in real life. And I would like to particularly emphasize that automated trading does not mean unattended trading. Anything may happen in real life, from a software glitch to even a power outage. And you should always be prepared for that. You should always monitor all positions and keep track of them. So this is exactly where we get back to our orders and positions tracker window. So here I can clearly see what happens in all my accounts, where I have profits or losses, profits in green, losses in red. I can immediately see all the orders that are presently active in the system, all orders that were either filled or cancelled, and what is perhaps the most important thing is the ability to track messages. Fortunately, right now there is no red line here, because a red line here means that something serious happened, like a connectivity loss or reject of an order execution or anything of this type. So therefore, this is a call for action. And you always need to have a plan B. So what happens if I see a rejection of an order in this window? You always have to have an exact plan of what you do in such a case. Well, fortunately, if you run your automated strategies from a dedicated machine, I am strongly against using virtual servers, by the way, because of the very way the memory management is organized in these servers. The memory there is shared, and MultiCharts, as any other trading platform, is a real memory eater. It's obvious. It receives a lot of data. It displays a lot of charts. So it should store this information somewhere. And when a virtual server is running out of memory, there is a good chance that such a server will be restarted automatically without informing you. So it is quite possible that you check your trading server early in the morning and it's okay, but then next you check it in the afternoon, and to your surprise, you find that the system was restarted and you are no longer trading. And it's quite possible that you already have a number of open positions there. So, in order to prevent these things, I always encourage everyone to use only dedicated machines with a decent data center. Second, in this case, you need basically to monitor your automated trading only perhaps, I don't know, 3 or 4 times a day. At least I normally do. So I check it in the morning, a couple of times during the day, and before I go to bed. It is very seldom that I observe a problem, but unfortunately, this problem may arise. And again, let me repeat that you should be well prepared to these issues. And finally now, I would like to make a general remark about testing the very validity of a trading idea. In my opinion, no mathematical method, no software packaging, no analyst is able to say anything about the validity unless he understands the real market process behind it. And again, I think the easiest way to understand is to use an example. I guess you are very familiar with popular technical trading setups that are often confused with trading ideas, right? I guess everyone heard at least once in his life something like, this indicator breaks this level, that's why we need to buy. If you think just a little bit more thoroughly about such a setup, you will find that this cannot be a trading idea. Why? Because there is no sense in it. It doesn't explain anything. It only describes something that everyone is able to see on the chart. But what caused that setup? What was the real market process behind it? In contrast, let's consider another example of a trading idea. We buy or sell after an issue of an important economical news release, because all events of this kind provoke temporary lack of liquidity in the market. This is something that we indeed can consider. And even though we now set aside the question about the profitability of such an idea, and I can say that although it's not totally impossible to trade news nowadays, it's extremely hard to do that profitably. So even if we set aside this question, at least we do have now a trading idea here, and therefore we could then discuss possible ways of its implementation in algorithms and codes. So the rule of thumb is to be sure that a strategy has some meaningful probability of being consistent in the future. It should be based on a real idea, which in turn explains something that really happens in the market. If a strategy lacks such an idea, any discussion about its validity becomes very, very problematic. And this is exactly what I always encourage to keep in mind and what I'm so focused on in my exclusive educational courses for systematic traders. To have a clear understanding of real market processes that you want to convert into automated strategies. So now thank you very much for your attention, and in case you have any questions, I'm here to answer.
Alex, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Everybody can see, Alex's approach is very methodical to the markets, and there's nothing, and I truly also share the philosophy that, successful trading cannot be just random. And many times when I talk to people about difficulty in the marketplace, especially beginners, sometimes I feel like it's, they stick two fingers in their ears, and they just don't want to know the reality because, they paper trade some sort of setup. And, if I ask them, did you back test it, over a long period of time and so forth, they just,
Uh,
they
let
don't
me
go.
answer the question. Um, does the system support the backtesting of multi-time frame analysis systems? If by the system you assume multi-charts, then yes, it is possible and very easily, by the way, to test multi-time frames systems. Moreover, it's very easy even to combine different markets or different instruments in one chart. So the only limitation, at least with the version that I'm working with, and I'm working with the easy language version, the only limitation is that one chart assumes one market to trade. So, for example, you have a working resolution of 1 minute, and you have also 1 hour, 1 week, 1 day, 5 minutes, half an hour, whatever you like, as auxiliary data streams, and you execute all your trades on 1 minute resolution. It's quite possible, no problem. When performing multiple time frame analysis, backtesting, does the system correctly sequence the tick data so the trading system performance is properly determined? No problem with tick data in case tick data have correct timestamps. This is the real problem in real life. What does the platform provide in the way of support for multiple processor cores? Yes, is a very good question. Another point why I love charts is because not only every single chart is every single process, they are independent. But the main pleasure you can get when you do optimization or you run very heavy backtesting, because it is capable of parallelizing all processes phenomenally efficiently. So my system features 8 cores, therefore I have 8 streams in parallel, and therefore 8 times less computational time. What does mean for developing? Is a trader able to do developing by using your platform? First, MultiCharts is not my platform. Of course, as I said, I use it for developing strategies, and then I use the same platform and exactly the same codes to run them live automatically. I consider it as a very good advantage of this platform. MultiCharts look very much like TradeStation. Are they connected in any way? No, they are not connected. MultiCharts indeed does look like TradeStation, but it has a little bit more capabilities, especially something that I didn't cover today, simply because we're a little bit short of time, is the ability to test and optimize portfolios. This is really a brilliant thing in MultiCharts suite. Is there a trailing stop loss feature? This is not a feature of a platform. This can be a feature of either a programming language or the library of standard functions. In both cases, the answer is yes. In case you use the easy language, then there is just a built-in command, set stop loss. And even if you don't like the way it is implemented, you have a number of implementations in both in easy language and for the .NET version in C# that implement trailing stops. Can trade multiple strategies on the same market in the same account? May I ask you whether you attended our webinar from the very beginning? This is exactly what I showed you within the first, I don't know, 5 minutes of my presentation. Can you run automated programs without charts to improve performance? The answer is yes, but I personally did not try it yet. I can explain you why. Since I'm working with real, you simply have to be extremely conservative when you trade real time. And starting version 9 of MultiCharts, they implemented the feature to trade right from the portfolio builder. So in this case, indeed, you don't have to waste your computer resources on charting. But unfortunately, I tried this version 9 at its early stages. I made a mistake that I put it to live trading. So there was a bug, and this bug cost me quite some money. Therefore, since then, I got back to version 8.5, and this is exactly what I'm still using for live trading. I know that I have to move on because presently version 9 is a very, very stable version. But again, I can say that such a functionality does exist. I personally haven't tried it yet. Hope this helps. So I suppose no more questions. No. Is there a difference in performance between the .NET and versions? I never tried .NET MultiCharts for anything serious, so I cannot compare. I believe that there should not be any significant difference because the cores are identical, again, according to my information. And the only difference is that the .NET version uses C#, and the Perl language version first compiles the strategies written in Perl language and then executes them. So in the long run, the difference between the performance should be really unnoticeable. Does it come with strategies included? Again, you're asking me how I expected questions like that. It does have something in it, but again, I never even tried to look at the strategies or I don't know, indicators that it includes because I personally don't need them. Something is included. I don't know. Any more questions? Okay, I suppose no more questions now.
Hello, Alex. Alex?
Every time I say that there are no more questions, there are some more appearing here If you have a good working discretionary strategy, which you do manually, what would be the first steps to see if the strategy could be automated? Well, try to imagine yourself a computer. Try to tell yourself all steps required to place and unwind your trades in a very, very, very precise and detailed manner, leaving uh, no places, no ambiguities like set a stop somewhere between 10 and 20 points from the entry price. So this is something that a computer cannot execute because a computer requires an exact command, 10 or 20 points or 15 points, you know, whatever. You cannot tell a computer to place an order for 10 or 20 points distance. And same with all logical steps of your trading system. Sorry, I did not understand your reply. My reply was that MultiCharts indeed included some ready-made, I don't know, codes, strategies, signals, whatever. But I personally did not try them, so I cannot comment on how they work because I do not need them. I create my own studies, I create my own indicators, my own strategies. So, is my answer now clear?
Hello, Alex. Can you hear me?
Yes?
Oh, you can hear me? Okay. What, you know, I want you to, I want to give you a chance also to present your product. As I said before, I don't think you've heard me before and I started talking, but, I like your approach. The fact that, everything you apply at the markets, you test. Um, I like the fact that you don't, there's no randomness to this, and we know that success cannot be random, especially not in a marketplace that's full of professionals. I want to give you a chance to present your platform as well, as far as I know you conduct a course, teach people about strategy and automations and so forth, and maybe you want to give yourself, now that we're almost near the end, just a chance to discuss what you try and cover in your own courses when you work with students when it comes to automation and helping them build and turn their strategies into automated strategies.
Okay. Well, indeed, recently we have launched a very special course. We even created a special website for us. It's gosystematic.com. And this course is especially for absolute beginners in systematic trading, not for advanced traders, not for those that have already had several years of experience. No, for those who just want to start with systematic trading and automated trading. And therefore, in this course, it's a very brief course. It consists only of 10 classes. And at the same time, this is a power course because the amount of information that I'm trying to teach is enormous. So we cover all steps that are essential for developing an automated strategy out of a discretionary method. How markets are organized, how to read the contract specifications, which information we can extract from there, how we can use this information. Then proceed to working with MultiCharts because again, MultiCharts is not only my favorite platform, but in my opinion, this is the best platform to run education because their power language, same as easy language, is indeed extremely easy to master even for had. And after that, we discuss all steps required for testing the validity of the strategy, the understanding of the market processes, backtesting, optimization, how to avoid over-optimization or so-called curve fitting, and so on. And finally, we discuss how to trade live. So not only in the very, very brief manner that I explained certain basics today, but I also um, highlight certain very important, rare, but nevertheless very important issues that may happen during live automated trading. And finally, uh, for let's say successful students, for those that I can see that really have interest in being systematic traders, I even offer a ready-made system, very, very simple system to trade ES. And this simple system exploits a very simple market process that has been around for over 20 years now. And still, I don't see any reason for this process to fail. Of course, again, no one can guarantee anything, but so far it does work still. And finally, the graduate of this course is able to first start live automated trading of a ready-made trading strategy. Second, try to convert his own ideas into trading codes, at least with some understanding of how to do that and how to properly assess the performance of his strategy. And at least this such a graduate is ready for the main course that I'm running with my main company, HSense Solutions, because this course is for, let's say, intermediate and advanced traders. It's far, far more global course, a comprehensive course where we discuss mostly the in-depth analysis of market structure and market microstructure, things that are related to price formation, to price patterns of behavior, to changes in these patterns throughout years because of changes in the market structure and so on and so on. Of course, during this course, we also discuss same problems of backtesting and optimization, but only on a much higher level and more in depth. Also, we include money management and so on. So this is something that really is comprehensive in systematic trading. It covers virtually all aspects of modern directional trading. So if you're looking for market making, options writing, or similar things, of course, this is not what it's about. But if we mean directional trading, then yes, this is perhaps the ultimate course in it. And we also use MultiCharts in this course. I also allow intermediate and advanced students with decent programming skills to use any software they like, because we discuss mostly algorithms and not particular technical solutions there. But again, let me repeat that this one is not suitable for absolute beginners. For absolute beginners, first, it's essential to have a grasp of the basics of systematic trading, basics of trading automation. So I hope I covered in a few words. If you are interested, please feel free to go to gosystematic.com, for information about this course for beginners. If you are interested in more serious things, then of course you are all invited to visit the main site of EdgeSense Solutions at edgesense.net, or simply write an email to info@edgesense.net. Again, I would like to say thank you very much for your attention, for those that stayed here till the end of the presentation, and I hope you enjoyed it.
Very, very much. Again, if you guys have information, if you have questions about the information presented here, you can always direct it to Alex, info@edgesense.net. He'll answer all your questions or something that wasn't clear today or anything like that. Um, thanks, Bill. I really appreciate it. I see my Bill. Thank you very much. John, you want to throw back the disclaimer? Okay, just reminding you again that there is a substantial risk of loss in futures trading. The markets are the future contracts are leveraged. There's risk in them. I always tell customers, to always reduce leverage, to try and max out leverage. Remember also you need a stable environment to trade futures on, and there could be issues with internet, there could be issues with hardware, software, and things of that nature. For those of you who stayed here, just allow me just a few more minutes, and I know you've been here for an hour, and I know some of you just want to run home or grab dinner, but just allow me a few minutes here. Okay, so here's the thing. As I mentioned in the beginning, the MultiCharts.net platform is absolutely free. However, it's free through AMP, the new FCM that we contracted recently. Nobody learns a platform overnight. However, I truly believe that there's a lot of software right now in the market, and I know you're very overwhelmed, and I know some of you have paid for software, and I know some of you are used to certain things and so forth, and I'm not here to convince anybody to jump ship and change or anything like that. However, I'm going to tell you this. I truly believe that multicharts.net or the Power Language are platforms that people can really, really stick with. I really believe in the engineering team of MultiCharts that will bring features that are good for traders, that do work with the community, and so forth. If you have any questions, about the features of MultiCharts, I want to give you a link where you can go in and you can ask questions, or you can see what other people have asked before. And I encourage you here to register and ask any questions you might have, and we'll answer everything there. I know some of you have asked questions about other platforms during this webinar, and I've eliminated it, and I apologize, but that's only because I didn't want to overwhelm Alex with questions about other platforms that is not here to promote or to work with and so forth. So if you can see this link here, okay? Go here, ask your questions. I also like to grow the community of MultiCharts and help the guys over there and so forth. And more people ask questions, the more visible it is. We can all build a community around it. If you have any questions for me, I'll be more than happy to answer. System actually, is that correct? Betty, just to answer your question, if you have a code running on MultiCharts, yes, the it will place the order for you. Before I say goodbye, is there any question that you have about our brokerage or about MultiCharts or about our services here? Be more than happy to answer it. Most welcome, Betty. Those of you who have questions comparing MultiCharts to other platforms, clearly you can send me an email And like I said before, here's my email. I hope you are seeing the links that I'm sending, right? If you could just put a yes there, would be great. Okay, okay, very good. Okay, very good. Okay, I don't see any questions that are coming. I'm just gonna wait another minute, just in case give you idea. Okay, thank you guys. I see everybody is starting to wish me a good night. Bill, have a good night. Meta will call you tomorrow. Fantastic. I've used Great Station 15 years. I would find this easy to use. Absolutely. Happy to hear from you. Carl, I know you had a question about another platform. Please email me. I'll be more than happy to answer it. Welcome, Richard. Okay. Okay, guys, I want to close the room. I wanted to thank you again for coming here, listening to this. I wish you a good night. And if any questions will come to mind after, just let us know, and we will be more than happy to help you with everything. Okay, so the best of luck and good night. And Alex, of course, thank you for your time. Much appreciated. I know it's late in your neck of the woods, so I appreciate your effort.
Okay, thank you again. Thank you everybody who attended, and good night.